What's up, UniVersus players? I'm Snuggy. I'm joined by
Calvin.
And we are here in Las Vegas for the round 2 regionals, and it's kicking off today. We got teams going on right now, just started in round 1, and we've got the individual competitions that are going to be Saturday and Sunday. We'll be here all weekend long talking about these great players and the cards that are being slung back and forth.
Yeah, no, it's super exciting to be back here. You know, I signed off Chicago, and
you never left. They just trapped you here.
I've been stuck in the booth the whole time.
They just trapped you here. You traveled with it. Yeah, exactly.
No, super excited to be here.
And it's great to have you here. It's talk about cards, get into it. We got round 1 that had just started. We're going to get that in just a second. But Kevin, what could we expect to see here from some of the players? Teams is a little different, right?
Yeah.
You want to play what you want to play, or
So-
is there some like type of meta that we're getting into?
Teams is kind of cool now that it's been moved to Fridays because it gives you a chance before the main event. You know, that's kind of like the main ticket item for this weekend. People want that backup prize, you know. So it gives you a chance to test things out. Maybe if you have a deck that you're not super sure about, or one that's like kind of swingy on matchups, or you just want to try some tech pieces out, or maybe you haven't played in a little bit. You know, there are a number of reasons to just kind of get here early, jam some games. Bit lower stress. I mean, you know, people still care about the prizing. Of course, the belt is awesome and everything, but
Everybody wants the champion belt.
Yeah.
Carry those around. It looks awesome. It's just like a wrestling belt. Fits right around. It's amazing.
yeah, no, but it gives you a bit of a testing grounds before the main event tomorrow to kind of try some ideas out and see how you feel. And you have time if you want to change things too. You know, like I have submitted many deck lists at 11:30 before the regional. You know, at 11:30 p.m. So
yeah,
I get that. So no, it's a good environment for that kind of stuff.
And it's a amazing environment. It's smaller group, get to see all the people and get to talk and converse as well as you're playing along, because it's business Saturday and Sunday. You're getting down to wanting to compete, wanting to get that backup card as the grand prize, and having fun as well. I mean, at the end of the day, we're playing a game. We want to have fun as we're playing.
Yeah, and I mean, you get to sit by your friends for 5 rounds here, too, which is not something you will get tomorrow. So.
Yeah. So you mentioned as far as the belt, what else are we competing for today?
Today, I think it's tickets in the belt. I'm pretty sure it's like tickets per win. Yeah, so like if you do individually, well, you're just going to get more of those like Rebel Frontier promos. We got the new, just like Filled with Doubt, Rising Uppercut, Analytical, and Driven by Retribution. Yeah, four banger picks this time, which is really cool.
Amazing regional promos that we have here on the prize wall, and that is something that I know everybody's going to be chasing after. Chicago had some amazing ones. It's absolute fire here in Vegas. I was telling everybody, if you can make it to Vegas regionals, you want to, because the cards and the promos that we have for Rebel Frontier, the art is peak. I love them. I've already scoped them out. I grabbed some as soon as I could, because I'm not going to have much an opportunity later on, because I'm going to be here with you, and we have Ryan as well that's going to be joining us on the casting team a little bit later. So it's going to be fun, exciting. We're going to have a great time and bring you all the latest and greatest of what exactly our players are out there doing. Teams I'm looking forward to, because like you said, it is, for some, it is practice for tomorrow. You know, they're playing not necessarily, or actually, what they're going to be playing tomorrow, but also you get to see some of the decks that people are cooking up just to have fun with. Yeah,
you get to see a bit of a peek at it. I think it was probably like one of the first events I did well at was Vegas. Gosh, it was 2 years ago at this point.
2 years ago, runner-up, right?
Yeah. And it was another Teams on Friday thing, and I rolled up with my Mimic deck, and I hadn't really played a ton going into the event, and then Teams went really well, and it was sort of like a signal to me. I'm like, okay, maybe I'm on the right track right now, you know, and it turned out way better than I could have imagined.
And it's hilarious that you bring that up, because it was a local championship right soon after that. And I ended up playing you as one of my first
you had
ever
just started
games.
Then, yeah.
I had just started. So that's hilarious you bring it up, because I was like, hey, didn't I just see you on Twitch? Didn't you get runner-up? And I'm playing you for my first ever game.
Hey, straight into the fire, right?
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
What does this card do?
Yeah. But no, it's very cool. I am looking forward to seeing what people are kind of doing, because this is sort of like Albuquerque, where last year we had a ban list, but we didn't really have any new product between the first two regionals. So we do have that this time, the same sort of thing. And that allows the meta to adapt. You know, obviously the big change is Titan of Terror is going to be a lot less represented this time, because it has been hit sort of in multiple ways.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, like the new perceived best deck is going to be Reiner, which, you know, did very well at Chicago, of course. But
just kind of well in Chicago.
Just a little.
Just kind of won with it, you know.
But the interesting thing, and what I'm looking forward to, is Reiner. So he's very consistent in how he flips, but unlike Titan of Terror, he is a real six-hander. He does not have easy access to getting more of these moves and stuff. So I think the consistency and the ability to stay as the best deck is going to be a bit more limited in that aspect, where you actually can brick in this character compared to Titan of Terror, where it's just so much less likely. So I think in terms of like seeing how things play out, I think people will have found some answers this time that might do pretty well into that deck. And if we look back to last year, it was sort of a similar thing where we saw a breakout deck in the Ernick Reagan that hadn't really been seen before then. So I'm looking forward to seeing if we see something like that this time.
Something new that was kind of underground or being tested only by select few.
Or, maybe it won an LC or something, but people didn't pay a ton of attention because, LCs are medium-sized events. It's kind of tough to determine how good a deck is looking at those kind of results. You don't really... You can look at like what they played into and stuff, but it's a bit more, it's not a major regional.
Yeah. It's not as going up as an extensive field as a regional would be. Yeah. And some of the LCs, it varies depending on location. We had some that are relatively smaller and has a less sample size as far as what is being played as meta, because even at LCs, I'm guilty. I'll play what's fun. Sure. I'm not necessarily looking for the most competitive thing, but I want to enjoy in the few times that I get to play.
I mean, the pricing is really, really good, and the World's Invite is awesome. So, like, people will be bringing, a strong foot forward for this kind of stuff. But it's very cool. I really like this competitive season and how Levi has structured these LCs, because you sort of see how these these individual little groups of players, how they think about the game and what they think is good, and then we get to see all of that clash here, today through Sunday.
And that is a big thing, at least what I have seen in the past, as far as, okay, we have this at local championships. You look at LCs last year in comparison to this year, it's vastly different. The structure of organized play this year, I think, has been absolutely phenomenal as far as how it was set up by Levi and how it has transitioned into people actually getting out and going and playing the game in person to try and find out exactly how they want to approach locals as opposed to how they want to approach regionals. Sometimes they're testing it locals, sometimes they're keeping it underground, but it looks like round one, we've got our first match for round one going up. We have Fire Rodan going against someone we know kind of well. It is Reiner, but different flavor of Reiner.
Yeah, so this is not the Reiner I would expect to commentate this weekend, but this is a cool one. Definitely gets a lot of stats from milling cards and stuff, and has a very aggressive angle. Fire Rodan is not something you see a ton of, so this should be pretty cool to see. He has it listed as a combo deck. The balanced angle might be more of a he's trying to plan to some sort of inevitability. There might be some kind of combo attack coming in here. Not the combo keyword, but some sort of interaction to end the game. But okay.
So we do have at least these graphics that are popping up. As far as like what the individual player is describing their deck as. Fire Rodan being balanced combo deck going on air, and then Reiner being aggressive, facing inevitability and fire. So fire symbol, Reiner being able to play fire and chaos, Fire Rodan being able to play fire, void, and air. What would you do as far as these individual symbols?
So I actually played a Reiner 2. It was probably about a year ago in the Albuquerque regional, and it was like a 4-check deck, and it did. I believe it was Cameron Caldwell, and I believe he topped that regional with that deck. I mean, I don't believe Brody is on this, but we're going now to the game, and it looks like we just won built with a low guard.
One
super unfortunate mulligan then.
Yes. And you know what? That happens sometimes. Just depending on ratios, you could end up drawing and you don't have the foundations in order to get your first turn up and going.
Yeah. Brody goes for the Father's Sin and commits his character here. You got to feel pretty safe doing that.
Yeah, Father's Sin able to mill some cards whenever you first play it. It looks like Brody's getting a rather vast build, coming in with Latent Skill, the Father Sin, and of course the inspiring song promo, which everyone was chasing.
Sure, yeah. Notably, both Paying the Cost and Unmatched Quickness there from Yu Yu Hakusho have those are Hiei's cards, and they activate when you are, I believe, below 10 life, and that is pretty easy on Reiner because he is well, that's not the right Reiner in the interface, but this Reiner is 17 health, and he has a second life when he gets to 0. So you actually get to activate those cards a lot earlier. But we're leading off with an attack here already. I don't recognize this one. This is a 3 diff.
That is...
I mean, this is free to play, right? Like, you're not committing any cards, so even though you've one built, like, you can still just put this on the table.
That is, I believe, one of the Critical Role ones. It is... I can't think of the name.
I'll just get a little poking.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Down to 14.
Aaron Sidestep and another low guard, 0 diff, just
Still
spam
really
getting out there.
Light stage from Rodan, though. But Fire Rodan is giving you the ability to seal cards when you get momentum. So this is probably a defensive, play, just putting that attack on the table. Brody checks a 4 here on this first move. I believe this one mills for stats. This is... I told him not to play. I told him if he puts this card on the table, I'm not going to remember the name.
Hey, there's
this is flying takedowns. There's a throw, and it mills and gets damage equal to a block modifier.
And let's face it, there are a vast array of cards in Standard that can be played.
Yeah, so we're milling for stats here. Looks like we hit 2. I mean, this is pretty cool. This is a 10 damage throw that we just got on the table. Let's see.
And something is specifically interesting, at least to me, Reiner, whenever Reiner does get its second life, it's instantly on face minus damage for their first attack. Right? Is that the wrong one?
No, you're right. Yeah.
So whenever Reiner goes to the second, their first attack, you automatically deduct 5 damage.
Checking the avoiding conflict and the avoiding conflict. So he's gonna remove for stats, I think. Yeah. So interesting here. Fire Rodan could seal this throw if he wants to full block and take no damage. I think that was the point of poking in the last turn. Oh, we're just breaker blocking and taking a chunk. I mean, we're, as far as characters go, 32 is pretty thick to get through. And then breaker 3 is probably going to at least cause Brody to put, another foundation in his card pool here.
And he did have Aaron sidestep, I believe.
Yeah, drawing a card. Do we just go on a 4 into breaker 3? We tap 2. Okay. Godzilla's first emergence here, giving us a power token, which is a card type for Reiner. So on the flip side, should give additional stats.
Yeah, it's a +1/+1 for each different card type that is in your stage, but removing 3 cards from your discard pile as a cost.
Going for a besiege here. Okay, he chooses to fail. 3 in hand. And the flip side of Reiner, if I remember right, picks up momentum from your
Yeah, you can add one. You can add 1 card.
So that throw, he can just keep getting it back.
You have to cycle first, though. But yeah,
okay.
He can just get it back.
I mean, his deck is designed to cycle quickly. You have Inspiring Song. You have a lot of Fire Mill cards, right? So,
and Enhance on the front side, mill 4 immediately. So
Fire Rodan here going for Hunter's Ally and checking a 3 there. See, we're already down to 1 foundation again.
Hunter's Ally and Frog, something that we saw in Chicago. It is a very big combo meta that has emerged recently. Just getting the extra damage on face, and Hunter's Ally being able to pick it up from your discard anytime you want to.
Yeah, there are a lot of decks that get a lot scarier when you have +3 and everything. Fire Rodan does not get to give stats unless the speed is higher, I believe. Yeah, unless the speed is greater than its printed speed. So for now, he does not get to make this for 11 damage. We're spending to seal the Inspiring Song here, which is interesting. That, to me, sounds like we want to play another move, which is a little bit sus. Like, I think that is kind of a scary choice, but we could feel pressured by Reiner here. We could think that this is, you know, just necessary. Oh, this is a cool block, because if he passes it, he gets a power token.
Ended up passing it, got a power token.
Yeah.
Now, as far as Reiner being on the front side, it's different than Reiner that we saw before, Reiner 3, where you want to immediately pump as fast as possible, get those different variety of card types so you can flip.
So this is why we held the momentum. Wingnut Sabotage gets 2/2 if there's a skilled card in the stage. So you're sealing a card, not so much to stop him from using it, but to get the stats on Wingnuts. And, you know, suddenly this 4 diff is for how much damage? It's for 12? It's 6 high 12? And you're not allowed to enhance? It's pretty good. I'm now seeing like the combo aspect he described, right? Yeah, just what can you do? Ooh, we're going for more. And every hit here is giving Fire Rodan a momentum to seal a card. So everything Brody plays, he can choose to just first enhance, seal each of these attacks, right? Yeah, we need to figure out what this move is. Yeah, I mean, look, this 3 diff is a 5 low for 11. And Reiner is flipped. So at this point, he is going to get stats for each card type in his stage. This is pretty scary because even though Fire Rodan has 2 momentum to seal cards, that doesn't really matter when Reiner can just continue to put stats on this. Like, I think we are going to see these moves get very, very big very quickly, depending on what Brody's hand is. Which looks like a Desperate Slash, I want to say. That might be 2 lethal slashes in his hand, too. Okay, this is sort of the Darkness Flame. This is another one of those Hiei cards with, if your life is 10 or less, you get to, I believe, gain a health draw card. Okay, we're moving for stats with Reiner. We have 3 card types. We are sealing latent skill here with Fire Rodan. I think Rail is realizing at this point that he is going to need to keep Brody off quantity of attacks to live this turn. Otherwise, it just is going to be 30 plus damage. Because we have the foundations to pass our checks. We have Inspiring Song. It's going to be really difficult to stay alive. This is probably going to connect here for... Oh, sorry, this is 9 damage, I believe.
Yes, I believe that's right.
It's actually 8. It's 7 to 8. So we're down to 16.
Down to 16 now.
Here is another Sword of the Darkness Flame. We are sealing this, but the scary part about playing a Filled with Doubt here is everything has so many stats. Maybe we're just not blocking anything at this point.
I found it the attack that Braille was using Stabbing Dagger.
Stabbing Dagger.
Which is great because if your rival has 15 or more cards in their discard pile, it automatically gets 2/2. 2 speed and 2 damage, which we know that Brody has because he's working towards trying to cycle.
Sure. Yeah. Interesting aspect of this matchup. Okay. So we're using Fire Rodin here. Oh, did we not use it on the first attack? Willing to buff our check with Inspiring Song. We hit a Wolf's Ferocity for 1 speed and damage. I think we probably need... Let's see this. This puts him to 10. And I don't think he'll be able to block it. I think we just need one more move. Because on the last attack, we can remove for Reiner stats and we have 2 power tokens, right? So... Yeah, Wolf's Ferocity does not actually remove for stats. It just sits there. It is a response and discard, sorry. This is Desperate Slash. Just the Kurama, or no, sorry, not Kurama. Kuwabara card. Yeah. So this one mills 3 and gets 1/1 for each foundation milled. This should be enough damage.
It looks like all 3 of them were foundations as well.
That's pretty good.
It had Fatherson.
I think it was enough regard. No, we had to hit 2, I think, on this. 3, 6, minus 2 for Fire Rodin, plus 4. Yeah, we had to hit 2 foundations. Yeah, that's the game.
Yeah, that is game.
Yeah, I think Rail, he just had an unfortunate mulligan where he built that 1/0 diff going first, right?
Yep.
Which is just brutal. And then he didn't really build foundations after that. He built 2 more, and then oh, nice. So this is actually what the teams are playing,
Going against each other right now.
Yeah.
I am so happy to see Jester Lavore on there.
Yeah. No, I mean,
Jester 1 is great.
With Guilty Gear, she's got a lot of spell cards, and I think
Lots
that
of
is a
spells.
deck that will take people quite a while to figure out. So it's really neat to see people exploring it. You know, I played Keith Disbro at Chicago, and his Spell Jester deck was sick. I was like, yeah, you're really onto something here. You know, like the ability to kind of pick up Gunflame Feints and just kind of chain them once your opponent can't block.
Exactly.
Using that tension token for her enhance to pick up more spells.
I love playing it with Big Freaking Explosion, BFE.
Yeah.
Because just having all those spells together, and you do have range spells as well, like Storm of Arrows, which is always great.
Yeah.
Being able to change those. And Gunflame Feint, I think, is very interesting. You also have, I think Crotch Lightning fits in there as well.
Sure, yeah. You know, you got a ton of spell options. Stroke the Big Tree, right?
Stroke the Big Tree is a great one.
You can chain those if your opponent just doesn't have low blocks. Suddenly that card is just unblockable for them because of the static on it. So also here, you know, we got Angirius, a 5 diff character that we would potentially expect to see in the absence of Titan of Terror. You know, there's a lot of that support in Reina Kaiju, and with Titan of Terror's nerfs, people are probably looking at other characters, and Angirius is just like a big stat stick one. Justin's team is, you know, I'm assuming Dean is on Mikasa. You know, we talked to him earlier, and he won our LC.
Yes, he did.
With his Air Mikasa deck, so it's really cool to see him back on that. A lot of potential there, I think, with like Bug Bite stacking a card and then Mikasa drawing it. You know, Queen of the Monsters, kind of clearing your progressive. It's not quite Dual Needle, but like that ability is really cool. And then Justin is known to really like playing Mitchell, the character.
Yes.
Also Mitchell, the opponent, but
Yeah.
I'm assuming his deck is probably some kind of like good symbol thing. The good symbol is doing very well now because of like Sun Tzu, Team Hero 15, and Queen of the Monsters. So there's a lot of potential there to kind of play a sort of defensive strategy and then build up a string that just kind of spams in foundations. And the raw stats alone, you know, Queen of the Monster is 7 damage. are able to get through that. So,
all right. And something that you mentioned, Mitchell Chimino, the card, not the opponent, because he is a former champ getting the champion card. And and we did see throughout the different various regionals and LCs, people playing champion cards because they've been getting a lot of support, like Nick Reagan being one of them. And I love to see it, especially if you get to play against the player that you have their character card.
for sure. Yeah. Mitch's character is a little more interesting, where I think the only real hit to him that has happened is the ban of vertical maneuvering equipment, which was extremely powerful for him. But like his character is kind of skirted in and out of competitive viability, I want to say, where he will, I mean, he'll show up playing himself, but other people as well. But here we are going into game 2. Hopefully we get to see more foundations on Rail's side.
Yeah, Mikasa defeats the female Titan going into that rifle arm and then low guard. Two in a spam.
I mean, it's miles better than what we had before.
Oh yeah, build 3 pass is infinitely better than build 1 pass.
Destructive Heat Ray and Brody's Hand. That's a cool inclusion in this Reiner deck. Gives you power tokens for the stats on flipped Reiner. I don't know if it's a Fury to versus Attack Titan. Yeah, might be able to pick it up.
And Father Sin being able to mill once again.
And Destructive Heat Ray is a Fury, so Grish's Attack Titan can actually be used to get it from his discard.
I saw one of those regional promos that Brody's already thrown in his deck filled with doubt.
Yeah.
Amazing art.
See how Rail chooses to play this turn out. This Frenzied Dive. This one gives 1 speed to your moves, which turns on Fire Rodan for your entire streak. So this will cause his turn to get out of hand really fast, depending on what attacks he plays.
Brody choosing... no, excuse me, Ray, all choosing to seal Inspiring Song once again. I don't blame him.
That's actually really cool. That is another card he can use to, if his character is not available, to turn on his Wingnut Sabotage, the Blitz for stats, right? This deck could be very aggressive. I could see him taking, Reiner's quote-unquote first head this turn, depending on what he has.
And you see it in his discard pile. I think he had it in his hand as well. Team Hero becoming a desirable card for a lot of decks out there.
Tapping Rifle Arm here for stats. Trying to make this connect. Oh, Brody does at the moment of normalcy, though. That might mean it's pretty hard. We check a 3. Oh, it was not plus 4 speed, it was just 4 speed total. Okay, so yeah. We tap 2 here and get the soup, and that is a 4th card type. Not immediately relevant, but once we take the head on Reiner, it's going to be a lot of damage.
Going once again, attack into Wingnut.
Yeah. So Frenzy Dive gave us the seal for Wingnuts. So this is going to be a 7 high for 7? Sorry, 7 high for 9.
I'm just happy to see that there's more TMNT cards that are getting play out there. I think a lot of them were kind of on the fence. So
I did point out the mono normalcy, but here if he has 2 Wingnuts, he can just take the first half of Reiner's HP, and you cannot enhance a moment of normalcy. So because it's Wingnut Sabotage, the text on it. Yeah, he's already at 5. It looks like we have another attack in hand, but we are going to build.
I just mentioned Team Hero. There it is. Team Hero being something that is dual folds. You can give damage based on how many cards that leave your stage, foundation-wise.
Yeah.
Or just build for free.
Depending on... It's usually used to build your best foundation from your discard, right? But depending on what your deck does, if you're using Sensiso or cards that destroy foundations, that damage can add up really quickly. You know, just a free enhance for 2 damage on everything
For sure.
can definitely be very strong.
Brody playing with Destructive Heat Ray, trying to figure out if he's going to go with it. I think.
I didn't see a lot of orange in his hand. I'm so used to Destructive Heat Ray flipping a 3. Oh, I'm checking a 3 there. You know, flipping a 3 difficulty on the first time it's played, but now with Togon, you don't get that extra power token, and you can only flip a 1 diff, which is, I mean, you hit Wingnut's Warning here, which I believe gives Breaker 1 on a block, so it's not nothing, but it does not flip your best foundation right away, you know?
Yeah.
We're milling for stats, see what we get. 1/1 off the Wolf's Ferocity response. It's just 2 card types. Okay. I think we gave speed on this when Reiner has not cycled yet, and we're not supposed to have that extra speed. So we milled with Reiner, we got the 1/1, and then we got damage for the card types milled, right?
And the 2 different card types that were milled because you
Yeah,
had attack and foundation.
I think this has 2 more speed than it's supposed to.
I don't know where he could have picked it up. Maybe we missed something, but it is going to hit.
It does connect. Oh, we didn't respond to Ready a Foundation when it hit. Filling out here. No draw, unfortunately, on the Father Sin.
And unfortunately, we see Father Sin milling 2 more Father Sin.
I mean, that card most of the time is not going to draw you anything, because that's just how, you know, deck ratios work. We're committing our character here over the Moment of Normalcy. I think that I mean, it's probably fine. It takes away our ability to mill on our opponent's turn to get to that cycle. But in the face of a Batcher Arrives, I don't think that Moment of Normalcy is probably going to do a whole lot.
It is interesting to see Rael playing Rodan, having the Rodan sleeves, the art sleeves that they came out with.
I mean, that Rodan art is great. I played Rodan for a little bit, and that was the alt art.
With that alt art.
Yeah. So I definitely understand doing that. We have aerial reinforcements on a 5 here. I know, crazy. I know this one. So we are naming a card, a keyword, and revealing the top of our deck, and if it matches, he gets to draw it. Which I guess we named Breaker and saw Breaker. That's pretty good.
And those pearls are so great, but they're so hard to read in some cases. And
yeah, sure,
Gideon's completely difficult.
So
to read.
aerial, okay, yeah, it gives your other attack stats. So this also turns on Fire Rodan. Sorry. Say 4 high for 7. We're making it a 7 high for 7. We're gonna attempt Moment of Normalcy. I guess the angle for leaving the Moment of Normalcy up is like you might as well force out the Batcher Arrives, right? Like,
yeah,
cause your opponent to commit one of their foundations, make it a bit harder to pass this turn. But almost certainly we're transforming here on Reiner. This is for a lot, and it is 6 speed. So unless we go for a block on a 7 or more, this might be run on an 8, so we're tapping out if we check a 5 here. We check a 3, so we are transforming here. And Rael just has to count to 17.
which, given that he started off with something that's going to pump the rest of the attacks for the turn, would be great. And Stabbing Dagger coming out, and like we said earlier, if he has 15 cards in his discard, which he certainly does.
Yep. So it comes in with 1/1. So we are already going to make this a 6 low 6 with the Blitz, which Fire Red End makes a 6 low for 9. Pretty unlikely that Brody's going to be able to block this. You could do a 2 low and check a 5, but the heat ray was played, right? So I don't think we have another 2 low block. Okay, it's just taking the 9. Oh, we're building.
Oh, didn't have another attack.
Well, we have to live the next turn. However, the really cool part about Fire Rodan is we can just kind of use those momentum to take powerful effects away from these attacks. We can seal, or cards in the stage. We could seal the Grishas before it's used to pick up something.
That's true. That's true.
I had not thought about this, but I believe I'm gonna check. I believe we can seal the power tokens if they kill us.
I never thought of that. I never thought of that.
This is not a character that I've played a ton into. Yeah, you can seal the power tokens.
You can seal the power tokens.
Hilarious. That is so funny. We have put Reiner under the 10 health threshold, which enables unmatched quickness. So these attacks are going to get real scary real fast on Brody's side.
And sealing the power tokens, it just goes to show, we were talking about it earlier, being able to see teams before the actual competitiveness of things. They're trying new things. They're things that we would never think about or see, you know? That is great. I love that.
I was doing a bit of my homework and looking at the LCs and stuff. I was not prepared to commentate either of these decks. So I got some deep pulls on knowing these card names. But okay, we are using Grishas to pick up Destructive Heat Ray. Makes sense.
Grisha's able to pick up the Fury.
Check a 5 here.
Destructive Heat Ray, Fury.
We get to flip anything.
That is a lot of power tokens, though.
We choose to do the Mikasa defeats, so we probably have a throw in our hand. Or we're going to zone overload and hope that like a half block doesn't save him. Using Reiner for, is it 4 card types? Yeah. 4/4. Oh my gosh. Rail's got his work cut out for him this turn on surviving. I can tell you that. We have Inspiring Song to help pass our checks as well. Okay, we're immediately sealing the Inspiring Song, so he is hoping that Brody cannot. He also could be trying to avoid Cycle here. No, we're super far away from that.
Yeah, still have a long time.
He's just hoping Brody can't pass his checks, which that seems pretty difficult right now. The -2 damage in throw. But I mean, at this point, we have 5 power tokens in soup. We have an 11 damage anvil hanging over his over Rail's head. You know, whenever Brody decides to drop this, avoiding conflict.
Avoiding conflict, him choosing to put it on the bottom of the deck rather than over to discard, or is it remove?
No, it's so avoiding conflict is enhance. So he played it on a 2, and then it says put it to the bottom, and you draw a card. So he's essentially, he drew it instead of, normally you'd want to mill it, right? So this connects for 5. I think I see a Desperate Slash in his hand. Not sure what else. Yeah, no, that's sort of the Darkness Flame. That might be... We only have one other attack. I think Rail's living this turn, actually. There's no latent skill on stage or anything to dig either.
And Brody going through his discard pile, that's something that I have particularly enjoyed, is that the discard piles are completely open. You're able to check each other's, see exactly what has been played, different block zones and everything like that.
Yeah.
And
we're building out.
Brody choosing to build.
Yeah, this is tricky because Fire Red Inn is going to probably have some pretty fast moves next turn, so you definitely need the foundations, but also you have to be really careful about what you hold in hand to block because you're only at 8 life. I definitely thought he had a shot that turn, but you know his hand was just not angry enough. He had one attack, had to pick up Heat Ray, and that's where we're at. Going into Rail's turn, he's got 9 foundations.
And it was one of the things that we talked about earlier, as far as like you could have the ratios however perfect you want to, but at the end of the day, it still comes down to some randomness as to whether or not you're going to draw the cards that you need.
Yeah, this is kind of an aggressive six-hander thing where I was talking about with Reiner too. Like as we saw, Rail just drew Hunter's Ally 5 foundations, and that probably isn't going to get there unless Brody just simply does not have the block for the Hunter's Ally.
And I don't know that I saw Frog hit the discard pile yet.
I mean, at this point, he just needs to tap Rifle Arm and it's enough damage on its own. But
oh, he does have Team Hero there, though.
Yeah, Team Hero might give him the ability to like draw a card here if there's a fearsome transformations or something. So we're building the Team Hero.
Choosing to seal Moment of Normalcy this time, rather than Inspiring Song.
And now we know that Rail has one attack in hand. Brody does not know that, so he has to act. You know, he has to really think about how he manages his resources here. Ultimately, it shouldn't matter as long as he has a high block or even a mid. Probably keeps him alive. I don't think he can put enough damage. Unless Team Hero has some some insane secret card that I'm not seeing in there.
Yeah, I don't see a good lower difficulty. Let's see what he picks.
So we build a Moment of Normalcy.
All right.
I mean, very good card in the face of 4/4 on every move. However, it'll be a quantity of moves thing, I think, that ends this game on Brody's side if it comes back to him. An Inspiring Song. Presumably, I don't know. I actually don't know who we're picking here.
I think he might give
probably
himself
himself, just to feel safe on blocking, because as far as he knows, there could be, you know, 2 or 3 more attacks this turn or more.
Oh no, he gave Rayo -1 to his next trip.
Okay.
I mean, not a bad idea either. Like we were saying, Brody doesn't know that he has.
You can go for a stun out angle. It's just very difficult, right? At 9 ready foundations. We have the full block. That's a 3. This is on a.
It's on
7. Yeah.
5, 6, 7. Yes.
Yeah.
+2 from the latent skill. Now Rael going to. Yeah, I was gonna say it didn't do damage, so I wasn't sure why he committed it. Playing in a Nonagon.
Yeah. It's cool to see all this like seal technology. Checks a 2 on a 4 there. But I think the problem with this matchup is Reiner doesn't care if the move is sealed, nor do the power tokens. You know, it's just going to be stats. Actually, don't know that one.
Yeah.
Okay, going into Brody's turn here.
Deft.
I'll figure it out. It is deft approach.
Yeah,
Commit
okay.
for +2 speed and -2 damage. Okay, actually really sick card in this character because it allows you to fire red and enhance, so you can tap it and -4 damage with it. So yes, card with Fire Rodan face on it. Good in Fire Rodan, I know.
Fire Rodan card. Good in Fire Rodan.
All right, we got a dust stack here. Let's see how many moves we've got on Brody's side. It should not take that many because of the sheer quantity of stats that we get. Brody's cycle is also coming up, and once Reiner cycles, he just starts drawing the cards he already hit you with from his momentum.
And Dust Attack being one of the Guilty Gear cards, he picks up a Tension token, Roman Cancel that he has off to the side. What would you use the Roman Cancel on for this?
It depends on how many attacks you have. You know, if you need to dig and he blocks, you can use it to clear and draw. The zone change is something people don't think about a lot, but if you you can think about the, you know, how to play through that. So he's sealing the Dust Attack.
We have an announcement going on right now.
Yeah.
So he sealed the Dust Attack.
Yep.
But Brody still got the Tension. The seal
So
was
he
on
did.
enhance.
The interesting part about sealing this is that telegraphs to me that he doesn't have a full block. Which, because he's avoiding the Dust Attack response to not count towards progressive. I mean, he has extra momentum. It might be an angle of like, I can just use this, you know, maybe make your turn a little bit harder, and I'm not losing like a super important resource. I don't think I've seen a move that cashes out on EX or powerful. Frenzied Dive might have it.
Definitely a super fast move, but not for too much damage.
It's still 7 damage.
Yeah, I mean, but
At
Ray all
this
reducing
point,
it and just a little bit.
Yeah, at this point we can just start throwing power tokens though.
I mean,
If you're going to telegraph that you don't have a block for this, I mean, yeah, we're using our damage reduction here. The problem with this is it makes it even faster, so Brody could load more power tokens, which we are going to do.
yeah, I was gonna say I think that's the way to go right now.
So it's still for 9 damage after the DR from Fire Redan and the Fire Redan card that I've already forgotten the name of.
Deft approach, is that what you're talking about?
I think you're right.
Yeah. The Fire Rodan card that's in the Fire Rodan deck.
Yeah. Okay, so we dealt 9 damage, and here is a Sword of the Darkness Flame. He is checking if he gets stats on Wolf's Ferocity, which you do not. Looks like we're thinking about sealing this one because he is under 10 life, which would allow him to draw a card with this. Yeah, we were choosing to seal it. That makes sense.
Going to use Reiner. Remove Reiner's flipped.
This is already going to be an 8 bid for 8,
Yep.
which he can -2, but, you know, we still have a lot of damage we can unload on this if we want.
And
Those
Rael
two-
has plenty of foundations, but
Yeah,
he
with-
is making
with
it
two
super fast.
With 2 unmatched, so when you're giving +6, +4 on each move, like, how many foundations you got?
Yeah.
You know? It's going to take quite a few. It might be posturing to use the wing nuts on a block here.
And he does have.
I just think Breaker 1 is not really going to do a lot. We got such a healthy stage on Brody's side.
Well, he does have a lot, you know, flipping Aaron's sidestep on there. He does have Mikasa defeats the female Titan as well
They're
as
just all going
Moment
to
of
go
Normalcy.
sideways. He's
But
going to
they're
be
gonna
blocking
turn
such a
yeah.
fast move that,
Yeah,
you know.
he's going to have to use them, and if he wants to block this.
And at this point, if Brody is killing him this turn, we are just trying to force that Moment of Normalcy, which comes out here.
Yep. Comes out,
So-
he's resetting the speed because he wants to block.
Now the coast is more or less clear. We have the Roman cancel to clear if he block. If we are at all somehow worried about failing our checks, which probably is not super possible, yeah, it's just going to be a Breaker 1. Unfortunately, we check a 3 here on the block, but if Brody had a couple more moves, I don't know if that was the super important. Oh, okay,
Using
yeah. I
analytical
forgot we had the
observation.
analytical. That dodges the Breaker 1 anyway. Yeah, the timing is he does get to keep the wing nuts up, I believe. Sidestep did draw us a breaker 3 there, though. I did see that. I just think you're not going to be able to put timely counterattack on the table at this point as a +3 block
Is
mod.
it timely counterattack?
Yeah.
A card I've been searching for to get in my deck. So, hey, if you got one, hit me up because I still need them.
Well, Besiege. Thinking about Besiege on a 5, that would be... if we could somehow pass the block, that is a timely counterattack block. It's just going to be 7 speed. Talking about something here.
Going to use Roman Cancel, it looks like. Questioning it. And
No, we are going to play the
up.
Besiege here. But this is... I mean, we tap 2, which
On a
doesn't...
5, checks the 3.
Yeah. This is definitely going to be enough. If he chooses to full send it here. Because of the blitz on Besiege, I believe... Yeah, even because it's a blitz, Fire Rodin is going to seal this, but it shouldn't matter because he's going to apply the modifier effect of it cannot be blocked by +3 or by less than +3 block mods. So even if he seals it at that point, it's going to be too late. Yeah, like that effect, he will have already used the blitz. I mean, the damage on this is just already...
Well, and Rael's in deadlock, right?
Oh,
because it's +4 damage
yes,
on top of that.
This is just enormous. Yeah, it's just too fast. A good try by Rael. It's a really cool deck. There's a lot of enablers for Fire Rodin, and Wingnuts is such a powerful card, but...
Yeah, it's at 10 damage right now. He's got 3 power tokens on board that he can play.
If you flip Reiner over and you don't go for the head, if you're not able to, finish him off, these stats are just so much so quickly. Power token just enabling that +4/+4 without a backup or anything that he can really interact with either.
Now he makes it 9 mid speed.
It's 9 speed and he still needs to block with a +3 block mod, yeah.
Yeah, it has to be higher than plus. So he would be on a 12 with 1 progressive, so it's on a 13 if he had a 0. No, excuse me, it would be 13 because it's +3.
Soup
now,
and the power tokens coming through, and that'll be the game. Yep.
Yep.
2 very cool decks here, though. I'm glad we got to see these round 1.
Yeah.
And Brody really showcasing the strength of, power tokens and Reiner. Haha, but not the Reiner we would expect. Yeah, we're going for it. No,
Checks the
just
3.
the
Yeah,
3 on top. I mean, you would need like a 9 or something on top to pass that one, but...
And Brody taking it on a Reiner. Again, not the Reiner that we expected to see.
Well, when I see Brody, I know he loves this character.
Oh,
so,
absolutely
this
loves
is one
this
where
character.
I'm not surprised to see him playing it. But yes, this is not the Reiner we expect to be seeing this weekend, and it's very cool to see the power tokens finding uses that are not simply this is just powerful 2 on everything.
Yeah. And it's great. And the other thing we got to see is he had the chrome on the flip as well. So
I just didn't even register it.
Yeah, he had the chrome on the flip.
Yeah.
And naturally, if you have a chrome, it's serialized 1 out of 100. That pretty rare to get. So naturally, you do want to play that, and you did the same with Reiner as well, right?
Yeah, I had the Worlds one though, so I didn't have a numbered one.
I mean, that's still amazing.
Yeah.
A World's Chrome.
Yeah, but no, I think we'll be doing an interview here in a second with him. But the Reiner deck is kind of an interesting one because it's flown under the radar. Reiner 2, that is. But it has sort of sneakily gotten tools in each set, a little bit of stuff. Like we saw Wolf's Ferocity there from Guilty Gear and the tension moves. there's not like an immediate tension synergy with this character. It's just more the ability to play something like Dust Attack, give it a bunch of stats, ignore progressive, or use the Roman Cancel to kind of just pass more moves, draw more cards, fix a bit of that six-hander-ish issue we saw where you draw one attack on an important turn. Both players had that happen. But it's all these different pieces combined that have made this deck, as we saw, it's truly very powerful.
And one thing that I did like seeing is the 3 diff attacks, which personally I don't consider that often because I'll play cards that are characters that are
like, been making me miserable for years. So.
Yeah, Besieged one of those. Whenever it first came out, it was absolutely horrible to play against whenever it got thrown out, especially going into Deadlock, which we saw instant 4 damage on top of that.
I mean, it was more than enough on its own, but yes, you know, in a situation where Rail had more defensive tools, the besiege damage was huge there. Yeah, for sure.
Well, great round 1 that we got to see, and 2 characters, at least Fire Rodan, I didn't expect to see this weekend. I know you mentioned you were looking at some of the LC stats and everything like that, but
nah, it wasn't one on my radar either.
Yeah, Rider 2, amazing, and we both know Brody. Most people know Brody loves Reiner, so
it'll be fun to hear him talk about the deck and sort
of too surprised.
If there's angles that we didn't really see there, because Fire always had access to the Yu Hakusho like 10 or less life type cards, which synergize with that character. But there's some new stuff. Oh, is Tam doing the interview? Okay, cool. Yeah, I think we're cutting over to the interview now.
Yeah. Which Yu Hakusho before my time, so I always love to see. I love to see those cards.
I know those cards.
Yeah.
So I was able to.
Those cards.
I'm like,
Sword of the Darkness Flame. Yeah, what does that do exactly?
I hadn't seen that since seeing Ghidorahs and stuff.
I mean, hey, it's great to see cards still in Standard that are older that are coming back. So. But like you said, we're going to cut over to Tamara Caldwell, who's going to sit down and talk with Brody, the winner of the round 1 stream teams game that we just saw. So they're getting set up right now, it looks like. And yeah,
both your decks were awesome.
we want to hear what you have to say, because we want to hear what you have to say about it. So but thank you guys for tuning in to round 1. I'm going to be taking off, and you're going to be joined by Ryan.
Oh, cool.
In next round. So I look forward to seeing that. And I'm honestly curious as to who won because of what we saw as far as the other 2 teammates on his team. I'm curious to see who took which match. Especially Jester. I have love for Jester. I have it myself. I have the alt art that I sought after. I got it signed by Laura Bailey because I'm a critter. But
wonder who's on it. Was it Jet on Jester?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, that's probably a pretty spicy list. I want to see that.
I love her on Chaos.
Yeah,
I love playing on her Chaos. I mean,
no, I understand. There's a lot of cool synergy there, but
yeah. I call it her first enhance. I call it the momentum dance.
Yeah,
where you get to just switch it around over and over again.
Jester is one of those characters where it's really cool, but I don't know if I would play it into a Reiner meta because you're giving Reiner a momentum.
That's true,
which is terrifying. However, in teams, this is one of the cool things about teams. You can just queue her into a different character.
You can say,
I think we're good for the interview now, so we'll go over.
Ready for the interview? We're going to cut over there, and we'll see you in round 2. Take care, guys.
The last event and went, I don't want to play that guy. Right. So tell me, you came into this team's event with Reiner 2 of all characters. What made you pick Reiner 2 instead of the bigger brother, the finale, Reiner 3?
So I've always been a Reiner 2 stan. I love that deck. It's so fun. I played it back at the Louisville Regional, doing like a bunch of backup mill, Harness Undeath, Explode You for a bunch. And ever since that, I've been on and off of it. I think it's just like my pet deck. That's probably like the biggest one I have. And I like Reiner the character, and then Reiner 3, obviously one of the best decks in the room right now. I'm not a best deck in the room right now person, besides the one Godzilla time, but I had to get that top 32 to get 2 worlds. But yeah, it's just a really fun deck. It does a lot of mill, which mill is fun. I play Mothman, so like mill. And then I added the Bing Bongs in at the last second, so then the Wolf's Ferocity for the extra stats, and then the Trigun one that lets you minus or plus speed, and then also like draw if you have it in hand for enhance. So it's like a kind of a tool plus a Bing Bong on top. But yeah, the deck is just really fun. So
And I think like the big thing that like both Reiner 2 and Reiner 3, as we saw, got was the access to power tokens, whereas Reiner 3 lets him flip a little quicker because of it.
Right.
Reiner 2 hits you in the mouth so hard, and the fire symbol has such an easy access to power tokens where the chaos and order symbols just don't. What do you think? Do you think people are sleeping on this character due to power tokens and the how quick it is in the fire symbol, or what are your thoughts there?
I don't think people are sleeping on the character. I think the character can be good, and it can just win if you like find enough attacks. But it still runs into issues. Like it runs into draw issues, and it also runs into the issue of if people know how to play into the deck really well, it's kind of tough because like if you flip me and pass it back to my turn, and I have 5 card types in my stage, I'm just Mutant Machine on face. I'm like attack 5/5, attack 5/5, and I do it for every attack. So it's a little bit of both. I think in that scenario, it was a stronger case of didn't really know how to play into the matchup that well. So that definitely helped my case, but it can still turn 2 or turn 3 you, like even if you are well prepared into the deck.
Totally agree. I'm excited for the rest of your team's run. Yeah. Speaking of which, I don't know how your team is doing.
I have no idea.
We'll find out afterwards. But any shout-outs you want to give before we get you out of here?
Yeah, so I didn't build the deck fully myself. I got help from Travis, well known in the VS community. It is a bit different from the original build, so I kind of like tweaked it, do my own thing, which probably made it worse, but that's fine. Yeah, and then shout out to Trading Post, shout out to the MGLA guys who I'm teaming with for this weekend, and shout out to you, Tim.
Oh, thanks, man. Well, that is it here for round 1. We're going to cut to a quick be right back screen as we prep for round 2. Don't go anywhere. We've got more UniVersus action for you.
And we are back with round 2 of our premier teams for our day 1 coverage of the Las Vegas Regional. We are here with a very interesting match. We have George Rangel on Pony, Earth Pony, the defending world champion, against the people's champion, Calvin Dahan, on, I also believe, Earth Anguirus. So, self-described, balanced, inevitable Anguirus deck. So let's hop into it. Yeah, so that is both Earth, and then yeah, Pony. Pony's changed shape a lot since she was released. Actually, even just the graphic here does not have the current errata of the card. The clearing your card pool is once per turn.
Yes, but recently, especially with like Queen of the Monsters and stuff, Pony has gained a lot of tools to kind of play a couple extra attacks, get some more stats, and then on top of that, now that you're not using so many horn counters every turn to clear, you get to do the other things, which from our games of Pony are very scary when used well.
Yes. Right? If it was not a combo deck before, it certainly is now. Yep. It's no longer based around chaining together your enhances on your character multiple times a turn. It's to clear your card pool. It's based around chaining together your card pool clearing effects of your attacks. And that's fueled by your card draw, by both on your character and then your other cards such as Feral Shriek, Wishheart, and any other draw effects that you might have.
Yeah.
So I believe George did win the role. I believe he will be starting. So let's see. That's an interesting alternate art skin for Anguirus, but we will get that up. All right. So Lethal Slash checked immediately. So that is a huge piece for Tony. Oh, and okay, Dumbfounded actually isn't guaranteed with Lethal Slash in your deck. That is kind of funny.
Yeah.
But Dumbfounded's coming out after the 2-1-0 build. A little bit of a safety build because stayed on the curve of 2 until the Dumbfounded. So Lethal Slash would not have been an issue until the Dumbfoundeds hit the table. The 3 builds previously were guaranteed. I cannot tell if that's high guard. Yeah. So probably a lot of zeros in this deck to offset the 2 checks.
Yeah, typically, Dumbfounded is a 0, but as you said, like with Lethal Slash going first, it's a little bit more suspect, but he does pass the 5 build. Calvin 4 building an answer with he has some build face down cards when he gets hit here, assuming he can survive the turn from George, which we'll see.
We'll see. 5 build from Pony is scary. Yeah, both Weapon Clash and Titanic Combat. Titanic Combat being able to just a build from Pony, so he did survive the turn.
I mean, but Anguirus is probably not finding 22 on the with all 4 foundations because he does not. There's no City Rampage anymore. There's no way to like play a bunch of free moves.
For sure. As I will say, Titanic Combat synergizing with Anguirus' ability to make a power token when an attack deals damage. So even if Anguirus takes damage, then getting the draw off Feral Shriek with the
starting with Feral Shriek.
Yes, the opponent's start of the opponent's combat phase. Feral Shriek, the Feral Shriek in the stage allows discard to draw 1, and then responding with the Feral Shriek discarded from hand, draw another card. So going +1 there on that interaction. But yeah, the Anguirus deck building power tokens when taking damage as well as dealing damage, and then Titanic Combat allowing you to build more foundations when taking damage as well. But we are starting off with some additional power token ramp with Destructive Heat Ray. So that'll be 2 power tokens from the Heat Ray, and then flipping foundation face down.
I was saying it was Snuggy too. It's like when Tot is no longer starting and flipping a 2-diff immediately, this card is like significantly less impactful. It's still very good.
Yes.
It'll be around for a long time, but he's just flipping a 1-diff to start out here.
Yeah. And then Pony, discard 2, draw, and get some counters. And then a Wishheart, another discard draw trigger. So Pony's back up to 6 in hand, I believe.
Should be, yeah.
I mean, I'll say usually you will keep your draw triggers for your own turn to grow your hand because you are going to be drawing up to your hand size at the end of the turn anyway. But
we have so many foundations that it might be a kind of angle where we're just trying to get the right the right hand for the kill here. Maybe a good opener attack.
Yeah. And then Calvin pumping the brakes here as well, just deciding to build out after this. It looks like the Destructive Heat Ray was full block, though, with Wishart. Wishart also a 1 low block.
Yeah.
So,
Crazy.
so easy block there. And then...
I mean, this is a scary thing, though. Like, poking into Pony, she just gets some free counters on your turn and then starts with extra, which no longer is multiple card pull clears, but it is more speed, which...
And Pony definitely has a healthy stage right now. I really don't think the Titanic combats are going to be enough. Was there a frog checked earlier? I don't recall. At worst case, Team Hero, there was a frog check.
Okay.
All right, so
we are off to the races.
now Pony has +3 damage in every move. Yeah, definitely super impactful here.
So now if Calvin wants to get a power token and build 2, he's going to take 8.
Yeah, he's going to have to start half blocking. And I
actually don't know if that unmatches on half or
Titanic combat?
Or Titanic, yeah.
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm also not... I don't remember exactly if it was unblocked.
Oh, no.
But we shall see. And then George liberating
Yeah,
on
it's
his
unblocked,
discards.
so he'd have to take 8.
Yeah, so George discarding a battle or release. His hand.
No.
His hand has to be nice. If that's one that we are ditching, along with another copy of Frog, which, already got one on stage. Really don't need one right now. So it looks like he is taking the full 8 and building 2 with Titanic Combat. Bringing his stage to 5, 6, 7, 8. Bringing his stage up to 10. All right. Lethal Slash on a 5 does check the 3, but Pony has the foundation.
So many 3s here.
Yeah, he does have to check a lot of 3s here. So going back to what we were talking about earlier with the card pool clearing, or rather lack of consistent card pool clearing with Pony after the errata, there is still the option to Pony Enhance, clear Hunter's Ally from the card pool, which looks like that's what's happening, spending all the counters.
Fully clear card pool all of a sudden.
Yeah. And then the Lethal Slash will be clearing the card pool on resolution, or remove from the card pool, I believe.
Yeah, removes.
Yeah.
But as a response.
It'll be a clean card pool after this. That is the one usage of Pony's Enhance to clear card pool this turn. But definitely did a bit. And then looks like Lethal Slash does connect for full damage. And Calvin will be getting another power token. But Electric Moth coming down. Discard, draw 2. Oh, draw 3 because Titanic Combat built him into 10. So Electric Moth, Moth drawing 3. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one is looking... And he got hit again. Another power token. Queen of the Monster on a 6.
We checked
a
a 5 on the
5.
Queen.
Queen will be building down Electric Moth. Queen is a 4.
I hope Calvin has a high block in his hand.
Yeah, Queen is a 4 high 10 here.
We're already 1 off lethal on this Queen.
Yeah, looks like. And giving it speed with Pony. We had a 6 high 10. Inspiring Song. Let's see. Who will he be choosing? I can't tell. I think he pointed. I think he pointed at George, but I don't. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how the next one goes. I really am unsure if Inspiring Song will takes another 10. Anger's down to 1. Yeah. Oh boy. Another Queen of the Monsters on a 6. Checks another 5. And it was Inspiring Song -1 to the check. He did commit 2 more foundations, and this is going to be a 6 high 4 10. Notably, George is not Pony enhanced. He only once this turn to gain counters. So
I mean, his hand must just be all attacks.
Yeah, it has to be.
Discard the low block.
He discarded Battle Aura.
He was fishing for the high block with Fearsome here. Okay, so he had 1.
Checks a 3. Can he pass it? Yes, everyone. Everyone. Another attack. Yeah. And then discard
Game 1
with
going
Electric
to George.
Moth. Drawing 3. He can get more counters with Pony. And then bump the speed up to be unblockable because it'll be a 5 high. Unless Calvin has...
This might have been like a 50 damage turn from George.
Yeah. Unless Calvin has a 0 high block. Yeah, it looks like that will be it for another Battle Aura release. Wow, that was a...
You need like Spirit Slash or whatever.
Yeah. That was a devastating turn is all I can say from George there. That was... Let's see. How many times did he get rid of his progressive? He resolved Lethal Slash once, and then Queen of the Monsters twice.
Yep.
And then the Genghis Frog adding 3 damage to every attack. Basically, over the course of the turn, amounted to essentially 3 additional attacks, right? If we consider that he added 15 damage, maybe a little bit more. So
More or less, yeah. I mean, we get to see what their teams are playing now.
Yes.
So Calvin's team is Team Jake, and Jake Hyatt, I know, is known for like his aggro air Rodan. I believe he took down an LC with it. I don't know the name of their third teammate, but Krista is interesting right now. I don't think she's had a lot of cards hit that really impact her strategy, and she's kind of consistently shown up.
Well, what I will say, I was going to ask you about that because Krista, I feel like without Runaway, that was a huge tool that Krista lost from rotation.
Yeah.
And with City Rampage being less consistent now with the errata requiring momentum, I'm not really sure what shape Krista is meant to take right now, what the best way to build that character is. Is it order and trying to freeze them with Heavy Piercing Ice Wall, My Fighting Style, any of those types of effects? Or is it some sort of chaos? Maybe you do still do City Rampage. Maybe you still try City Rampage. I'm really not sure, honestly.
I mean, I think putting 3s on top of your opponent's deck and playing Thunder Spears allows you to make the math pretty easy on whether they can block them or not.
Yeah.
And as we've seen, that order attack package is just very, very good right now. So there's definitely an angle where you just kind of go tension Thunder Spear stuff.
You could just do Bloodsucking Universe, Thunder Spear Barrage, Inventor's Creation. Yeah, for sure.
And then on George's team, we have Ross and Biollante and George Zhang on Reiner. I was talking to George a bit about Reiner. He's really enjoying the character. Ross and I have gone back and forth about Biollante a lot. So,
yeah, Reiner definitely, I would say the deck to beat. One could argue the deck to beat this weekend is actually Pony, but that has been, Pony I think has been showing up most consistently during the LCs. Tomorrow we'll have a full breakdown of that. But for now, I would say Reiner being the deck to beat after the most recent bans in errata, but from the LC results could be Pony. And George definitely showed us why, I think, in the first game.
Yes, for sure. And as we can see, you know, a lot of Calvin's foundations seem kind of tailored for Reiner / the Tension stuff. You have the Armor-Clad Faiths. He's checked some Radiant Visages. That stuff doesn't really do a whole lot into a meta if you're expecting things like Pony, right?
So checking the Lethal Slash there, going on a 3. Now we do have Pony to be committed in case of a 2 check on the 3 difficulty build.
Go on a 4. We could have failed that.
We could have, yeah. It was possible.
Okay.
Getting our 0. Then we're going to go on a
5.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Pretty good build.
A 6 build.
I mean, we lost our characters,
Yeah.
so we don't get to get some free counters to like turn 2 Calvin here, but with that many foundations, you can't really complain.
I will say Calvin does have access to, I was going to say finally free turning on Fierce Transformation right now, but of course he had to play a tension attack that did it anyway.
This is the interesting part about Angarius. You know, Titan of Terror, people sort of stuck almost entirely to 5 diffs despite the fact that you could run 4s. Angarius doesn't give stats either, but he, you know, to the 4 diffs, but he does still generate power tokens when these moves hit. So Calvin opting to use some, like, you know, more utility attacks and saying, I don't really care about the 1/2.
And Gunflame Fate, a great move to take. Yeah, so he's going to get a power token, and he's going to get the
+1 to his check.
The +1 to his check with the response of Gunflame Fate. Like, that was
We chose not
super
to dig
valuable.
on Fearsome right away, which is kind of interesting. I think, you know, it would be nice to get an extra foundation, maybe build a bit wider.
Let's see what he's...
I think I see a strip
also,
the big tree in his hand.
interesting Armor-Clad Faith from Georgia's side, not used to strip the tension away from Gunflame Fate. Maybe he just doesn't think the tension is that relevant, or just doesn't...
Okay, so maybe he's holding it for, like, Shin Hoshigeki or something.
To take powerful away from it?
Yeah.
Yeah, could be. Then we're spending the momentum with Acidic Sludge to stack. Oh,
Yeah,
so
so-
he wanted the draw off Fearsome. Oh, wow. So he's going to stack potentially Queen of the Monsters and a 6
And then he taps 1 card here.
Yeah, and then he gets to build down
That's
the
pretty
Acidic
cool.
Sludge. Yeah. So, and then if this deals damage, gets another power token.
Yeah.
Right? He just keeps building up.
I mean, the 3 low 4 hits, so he's saying, this
Yeah.
will have +2 damage. Show me another. Or, you know, show me a low block.
yeah. -1 with, was that the Tough Skin?
Tough skin.
Yeah, Tough Skin. Okay. George does still have Team Hero available. I don't know
I thought
what
right after I
foundations...
said Calvin isn't really turn 2ing anyone. Here we are.
Yeah, definitely the tension momentum into Acidic Sludge, stacking into Queen of the Monster. Yeah.
I mean, we have we have the zone change available for Roman cancel as well. If George just doesn't have a good way of blocking here, and
Yeah.
we have the stroke the big tree in hand.
Yeah, this
could be enough.
It could be enough because Queen of the Monsters is going to build one of these attacks down.
Now I don't know what George has in discard because he has that team hero. So there might be something that saves him. I don't know whether that's Moment of Normalcy or, you know,
Well, Pony is only at 13. If
Divine Defender maybe, you know, depending
yeah.
on what got put in his card pool.
Yeah. The real question is just, is Calvin going to start sprinkling these power tokens? Because George hasn't been blocking.
Well, he put one on the Acidic Sludge, right? Or did he not?
I thought Acidic Sludge gained damage from its own enhance. Maybe I'm
Oh,
maybe
yeah,
I'm wrong.
you know, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, so he is going to be
He didn't zone change
half
here.
blocking with Battle Aura on the Queen of the Monsters, checking a 3. So he has to sell out completely.
And
So-
now Calvin gets a power token off the Angarius response, and the Stroke
Yeah.
the Big Tree kills him unless George has a Moment of Normalcy in his discard.
Yeah,
Or regardless, it's just 8.
even then, it
yeah,
doesn't.
it's not.
Yeah, because he can stroke the big tree, pump it to 8, and then force a reset,
And then pump
it twice. Yeah, so it looks like
Game two going to
stroke the
Calvin.
big tree is
Check shouldn't matter.
going
here.
to be it. Yeah, the check shouldn't matter because Angerist is a static. It does not need to be ready to apply the stat bonus. So we've got a doesn't actually matter the speed because Calvin is presumably going. I guess he's going to presumably make it a mid, so it can only be full blocked. But I don't think there's a way for Pony to reduce the speed. enough, but
Nah,
we'll
there's
see.
just not. I mean,
And-
as we saw here, like
George
George
is-
committed his character to get a really ambitious build,
Yeah.
and it cost him.
Yeah, sure did. And game 2 to Calvin Tahan. I was not expecting Angerist to. I was not expecting Angerist to pull that one out, but
The tension into the Acidic Sludge getting
Yeah,
a 6
that was a
for the Queen of the Monsters.
devastating combo. I will say, like devastating combo. With just one draw foundation in stage, he was able to leverage Acidic Sludge into. And to be fair, he didn't actually need the Roman cancel token because
he
he
had
did have
finally
finally free. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a lot of synergies going on there. Very, very, very powerful interaction.
Yep.
I think we've seen some similar interactions with Bug Bite on Queen of the Monster symbols.
Yep.
But Acidic Sludge stacking 2, that was specialized sound waves at home, right? That
Yep.
was
That was-
build your specialized sound wave.
Chiro was here.
Yeah, that was one of the most powerful cards from the early days of the My Hero block. But yeah, that was very impressive, I must say.
Yeah.
But let's see if George can respond on the play for game 3.
Immediately shipping that hand.
Yes.
Must not have been what he was looking for. I saw at least one lethal slash in there in his new hand. So
He had a lose slash in the new hand as well.
yeah.
So this game's been going by at a lightning fast pace. It's not even. They've also just been. They side. I don't even think they sided. I think they just shuffled and presented.
Yeah.
So we haven't really gotten a chance to talk about. So they are both on Earth. I want to talk about that for just a second. Of what symbols we expect to show up. Obviously, we talked about Order earlier.
Yeah.
Order has a fantastic attack package right now. I think Earth has one of the best foundation packages right now between Armor-Clad Faith and Dumbfounded is attuned, but I think you're more likely to play that on an Earth main symbol.
I mean,
Destructive Heat Ray, Queen of the Monsters. Those aren't
One, three?
foundations,
We
but
checked it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty partial to Order. So like,
Yeah.
I
me too.
I believe in the Order symbol, but
Yeah.
I cannot deny the power of these Earth cards.
Yeah. I think Armor-Clad Faith is one that I am very, very impressed with right now.
Recycle, is that Final Wars? Yeah.
It looks like he discarded Final Wars with the Feral Shriek.
Man, if you have Frog in Final Wars, Pony is just 4 on every
4 damage and everything. Yeah. I did not catch what Pony checked, so I'm not sure what the Hunter's Ally has.
3 queens.
How those got there? yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So review a queen, play 2 foundations, check 2 queens. Looks like we're gonna need some acidic sludges to get those back.
Calvin's combo
And
deck.
another 3. Calvin has no attacks left in his deck now. It almost seems like,
No.
but we'll see. He's deliberating another build. It looks like.
I think he has a dumbfounded. He might have another foundation.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's just all. Why is he? He's just passed. Okay.
I think he was thinking about keeping a block. I would have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So in theory,
Handing George the acidic sludge.
in theory, he can't check attacks on his blocks, maybe, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So Pony having a weaker build than in the previous 2 games, and again opting to build.
we just want
we're
the
just going to
remove.
go. Yeah, we want the remove on the lethal slash. So
Punish
lethal
for it, though,
slash
with
on a
the-
5 will check a 3, committing. I almost said the 2 blanks, but Feral Shriek. George has proved Feral Shriek and
He's
Sage
been-
is not.
oh.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness! All right. So discard 2, draw 1, triggering both copies of Feral Shriek. So
And-
Pony just discarded 2 to draw.
I think he had a
3.
Wish Hardened hand already, and he drew another. So if he has another attack, he could just draw 3 more cards.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
lethal slash drew a card as well. So Calvin is going to go ahead and get the finally free top card of his deck to his momentum. Just not going to posture that for any reason. Just flip it immediately, have some momentum.
Notably, Calvin did not build a draw foundation here, and he has checked 3 queens. So I don't know if he really has an access to his we'll call it acidic sludge combo thing. Like,
Yeah, but
choosing
George
to
is
build
just going
here?
to build out.
oh, we kept the momentum on lethal slash as well.
Yeah. Is that more dumbfoundeds? Oh boy, he did draw a lot of cards, and then you were right. It is the 2 wish cards in hand. So if Calvin plays anything other than a low, even if he plays a low, George is almost certainly just going to launch those wish cards, discard 2, draw 3 again.
I mean,
Right.
Pony does have the zone change, right? So
Yeah. Yeah. So could just zone change twice and block with 1 lows. You know, enough options, to be honest. And we did see, although Pony was committed last game,
Mhm.
it probably could have made a difference on the blocking. We'll see. Calvin's drawing a new
Yeah,
hand
no,
here.
I think because he committed his character, he died that turn.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
because he could have generated counters and reduced speed and stuff. Can't really get a good look at Calvin's hand.
Yeah, he's holding it real close to the chest there. Looks like Armor-Clad Faiths, and I can't tell if there are any attacks.
If you
but-
build here, I
yeah,
don't know
it's so scary.
I was not monitoring George's checks. I didn't see if a frog got flipped,
Yeah.
because that would be the real scary outcome here.
For sure. Pony feels like a different deck after resolving Hunter's Ally into
Yes.
Genghis Frog. And I would argue most decks that are relying on the Hunter's Ally Genghis Frog combo, I guess, interaction.
It is
is
triple
that
acidic
triple
sludge,
acidic
2
sludge.
Armor-Clad Faith, and a final
Yeah.
victory. Okay. Yeah,
So
not a
acidic
lot going on.
sludge, acidic sludge does, because there is no draw foundation. He can't
It stacks
he
your
can't-
vibes.
he can't use it really as a combo piece. Yeah.
Acidic Sludge does have
Deflect 4. Yeah.
So I think it would be very hard to die in the next turn unless George immediately slams Hunter's Ally Frog.
For sure. And deflect in Angress is so valuable also because
You still get the response. Yeah.
yeah, you get the power tokens. If you can deflect something down to be 1 damage, 2
more
damage, then you still get the power token, and you're building up to that inevitability, the balance,
Yeah.
balance
Balance
inevitability of
Anguirus.
Angress. Yeah. So
Calvin still has not built a foundation that draws him a card, and I don't think he'll see a Queen of the Monsters this game.
yeah,
So
it would be very unlikely.
these sludges need to just be
Yeah.
thrown out, I think.
And we've got Electric Moth coming down, but this time Calvin not building to 10, I believe. 1, 2, 3,
No,
4,
we're
5,
not.
6, 7,
We're
8.
at
Yeah.
8.
So the Electric Moth will only be the Electric Moth will be drawing 3 because he discarded Wish Card
Yes.
off of it. My mistake. I jumped the gun there. So we're going to be ditching a Wish Card, drawing 2, responding Wish Card to draw an additional card, and now potentially Pony will be cycling 2, drawing a card with another Wish Card, drawing 2 cards.
Oh, there's the frog if we
Yep.
didn't have it already.
And maybe he just drew Hunter's Ally. I think that was him saying, "All right, I think you're."
Yeah.
I think
That might be an okay, I think I can kill you.
I think the second card he drew was Hunter's Ally.
We'll see if he can count to
That is a Hunter's Ally. Yep, it sure is.
41,
So,
right? Yeah, it's 41. Use the
lethal
count to.
slash on a 5.
Okay.
All right, 2 3s so far.
That's not bad yet.
Yeah.
It quickly will be.
Gonna ditch 2 more, draw 2 more cards, another Feral Shriek. I
Another Wish Card. in his
was
hand.
of the opinion that there was a third discard draw trigger in the format for a while with Pony. And for a little bit, I was of the opinion that once that card rotated, any means necessary, that maybe Pony wouldn't draw as consistently, but I think 8 copies after cycling multiple draws and being a
How many
seven-hander,
cards
you're
we draw
gonna
on
see
this
them.
turn?
It's drawn 6 this turn.
I think it's 8.
From card effects.
I think
3.
it's 2 from both pony effects, 3 from the
Yeah.
moth,
Yeah.
and then you just drew off pushing limits.
Yeah. Oh, and you draw off the lethal slash.
Oh,
Oh,
9.
and pushing the limits.
Yeah, 9 cards. 9's pretty good.
Yeah. So
16-hander?
when you're yeah.
We don't have the Hunter's Ally in play yet, though. Oh, but we can clear here and then play it on a 5.
Yeah.
So it's,
I believe that's the plan. He cleared the electric moth with the once per turn pony, and then a
Yeah.
lethal slash is going to remove from its own
we
ability,
check to 5 finally.
and then we will get the Hunter's
There's the
Ally
frog.
for
I don't even think you need
the
frog at this
temperamental
point.
toad. Angerus is only at 21, but the frog might not be necessary to count that high. But
Because I mean, 3 deflects
see.
is assuming Calvin uses them to deflect instead of block. It's 33.
33.
So he just needs Anger's health bar, which
yeah,
I think he can do that. Okay.
finally, only drawing 1 card.
He still has the Wish Heart in him, though. I think.
Maybe saving it as an attack,
Mhm.
just in case, because now
does
it is the
stun too.
+3, and it is the +3 damage with the frog
Yeah.
now.
Card also stuns too when he has 6 ready, right?
Yes, and it's a 3 diff, so very easy to pass. And if there's no more card pool clearing, Pony will now, once per turn has been used. So if there's no more card pool clearing from the attacks, so if we don't see Queen of the Monsters, if we don't see more lethal slashes, then Wish Hard being a 3 diff essentially is you've cleared a card pool, you've cleared a card from your card pool before playing a 4 diff. So
Yeah.
I definitely see why you would want to hold on to that
Just-
right now.
Just for 7 damage.
Another Hunter's Ally coming
Okay.
down on a 6.
It's
Checking a
important
5.
5, I think.
What are we getting? Team Hero 15. Have any foundations? Never mind. I was about to ask have any foundations left the stage. Doesn't matter. We're just removing it
We're just
immediately.
sending it.
I believe
that
that's
is analytical.
the analytical
final-
observation
or
promo.
the Rebel Frontier promo for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in case Calvin has some nonsense. I don't know what it could be.
Just in case when he already. Oh no, he didn't already have one. I don't know why I thought. Oh, it was the previous game that he had one. He has 2 armor clad faiths at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this Hunter's Ally also for 8 damage. Angerus already down to 13.
I think we're about to see an Angerus shaped crater here.
Perhaps. All right. Reducing damage on that one. Pony again, discarding 2 foundations, cycling for 1 more card. If he can get it. Okay. How many counters are we up to now?
We're not
4
sending.
counters.
We're holding that Wish Heart. I'm a little bit worried about the number of attacks in our hand.
Yeah.
But George is drawing so many cards. It would be insane for him not to have like another 3 moves at least.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
okay.
That one
It's
connects
just
again.
taking all
All
of
right.
them.
Lethal Slash on a 6.
Okay.
Checks a 3. We'll be committing 3. Committing the analytical. Oh, no. Not the analytical.
Yeah. Okay. Calvin's at 6 life.
Yeah.
And deflect is 1 per attack, so he can't.
Yes. I wonder if he knows that.
He
should.
surely should.
Yeah. All right, George. I don't know if you saw George's face.
Yeah.
George just drew Queen of the Monsters there. So it would be on an 8, but it would.
Maybe be on a 7.
Oh, on a 7. Yes, because Lethal Slash will be removing when it resolves. But this Lethal Slash is currently. Well, it is the Lethal Slash. It is for lethal right now. So Calvin's gonna have to block or deflect or something
Yeah.
if he wants to make it out of this one. Instead of
Okay.
Clutch is a 2 mid. I
It
believe
is a 2 mid.
Yeah.
So maybe he's going for like a block deflect angle, but it's
really inefficient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He really should have been
Deflecting
using some of
earlier,
these deflects
perhaps?
to,
Yeah.
be a bit healthier.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, because here, like, if he half blocks or deflects, the next one kills him through a half block or a deflect.
Yeah. So he's looks like he is deflect. No, he's half blocking. Okay. So he will be half blocking here. So he's going to
Should have
take.
2 life. Yeah,
Yeah.
which means he is
He's
dead
still
through.
If you
He can,
deflect.
George can check a 1 on a 7.
Yes.
Tap
he
out
can.
and kill Calvin. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he does not know what is in Calvin's hand. Calvin
Correct.
could be holding a high block, but
Yeah. But he's going the Wish Hard on a 5. Checks
Checks a 4.
A 4. Checks a 4.
Calvin being very specific about the inspiring song.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will decide that it is
Yeah.
-1.
Yeah. Technically correct, yes. So
Stun 2.
maybe. Is the condition met for stun 2? It's just 6 ready
it's a
foundations.
blitz. Yeah,
it's a
it's
blitz
ready.
to gain stun 2. It's 6 ready foundations.
You cannot armor clad.
You
that
cannot
card.
armor clad that because it does not have stun when it is played. But we will be stun 2ing here.
Why is Calvin at 6 still? Surely he's at 2, right?
I believe he's at 2.
Yeah.
He should be at 2. Unless Static Sludge is a high block. Is it a high block?
Oh, it is.
Can you check?
Oh my gosh. Here we go. This whole time we're like,
Yeah.
he's just dead.
No,
he
Static
in fact
Sludge
is not.
could be a 2 high, right?
I don't know why we thought
Yeah.
it was a 2 mid.
I don't know
Okay.
either. I definitely said it first, so it's
You know what?
that was
Soundwave
my
is the
fault.
1 mid. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what cannot be blocked with Acidic Sludge? Wishard.
It's true.
But it can be
Deflected.
forward. So Calvin, what do we? Did he change the zone? Wait, what just happened? I think Pony changed the zone. Oh, is that why the red dice to make it a high?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Okay.
He's trying to exhaust. He's trying to exhaust Calvin's high blocks, or Queen of the Monsters. I
The
imagine.
Queen is on an 8 here.
Yeah, it
We
is.
check a 2. Maybe his lethal slashes are face up. That is possible.
That is also yes. But let's see. Let's see what he's got for us. Queen of the Monsters on an 8.
Checks
a
a 5.
5.
Okay.
Commits 3. He will be spending the momentum, perhaps, to build.
Calvin just can't block this, so
No. And deflecting would be
lethal.
Exact lethal.
Exactly lethal.
Let's see. Gonna go for final. Gonna go for Final Wars. Yeah. Drawing a card as well. Going Final Wars. Now it is a 4 high 11.
Making
4
it
high
a
12.
Speed move.
No, that's their speed. Sorry, yeah. 4 high 11. 6 high. 6 high 11. Final answer. I'm locking it in. Queen of the Monsters, 6 high 11. What has Calvin got for us?
It's just the deflecting end. This is the
Yeah.
this is the match. Well fought on Calvin's part, but he did not see the necessary combo pieces to
No,
do
he
the
did
thing
not.
this game on an
Yep.
8, 9, 10.
All right,
Jeez.
and the match go.
Yeah.
The match goes to George.
Okay, the twos must have been face up. Otherwise, Jordan
Yeah,
would
because
just-
he had another one in his hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there were one is momentum, 2 removed. Yeah, one in his
Yeah.
hand, I believe.
so
So
he could not have
yeah.
failed the
So
queen.
he was not playing in fear of a 2 because they were all accounted for. And Pony defeats Angrus.
Yeah,
Anguirus.
you can't help but think that the die roll definitely helped there for sure.
For sure. Yeah.
As we saw, Anguirus going first was able to, execute a turn 2. But I think Calvin's deck was definitely slanted for a lot of answers for what he expects to play this weekend, which is a lot of Reiner. And those answers don't, as you saw, those armor clads just sat there
Yeah,
against Pony.
For sure. Pony's not really interested in any of the keywords. And the one keyword
really.
Pony did use couldn't even armorclad faith it because it was stapled onto the card after the fact.
Yeah. Maybe we see, some changes where Calvin's sort of targeting like card bowl clearing. I don't know. Is Great Buckler on Earth? I think that might be his,
think it might
his
be.
best answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting. Like Pony, we are, for people who don't know, the like documented non-believers in
Yes.
this character.
That is true.
Which is very funny because I think both of us have been beaten at. You might not have. I certainly have by Tim Keefe. At critical
right.
moments, been stomped on by Pony. So
It definitely looked very impressive. There.
Oh, for sure,
And I'm
for
not
sure.
sure
Yeah,
if
yeah.
that was a Queen of the Monsters is an impressive card, and it just happens to be Pony is one of the
Yeah.
best characters to play it. But I would say the first game I think looked incredible from Pony's perspective.
I mean, regardless of the once per turn clear, like you get to a certain foundation point with Pony where it's just like you can play so many moves before the progressive starts mattering, right? That
Yeah.
it's just going to be enough, and then Frog halves that number basically.
yeah,
more or
Frog,
less.
Frog is like every attack is 1.4 attacks, more or less.
And
So-
we saw this sort of earlier in the year with like Mikasa 1 a little bit with like River playing
Yeah.
it, but Pony has speed control and can actually like interact on defense.
Yeah, both plus and minus speed.
Yeah.
And
So
zone changing. It's like, I think as a Pony is an aggressive deck that, when needed, can shift gears and has a lot of very powerful defensive abilities on her face as well.
Well, I think they're ready for the interview now, so let's hear it from the champ.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back. Round 2 of teams is over, and we have your world champ, George R, taking down the best Godzilla in North America. How you feel, man?
Whoa. He's the best sign of terror in North America. I won with King of the Monsters, the big stage, not some other regional.
That's a fair point. I apologize. That's fully my bad. But congratulations on this win. Pony bringing it back. Truly thought that went to the glue factory out of the stable. There are so many ponies at this event. I have been seeing all over on Discords, specifically the undefeated locals people have been like, pony's back, it's obvious. What's got you on this deck? Was it that? Did you discover it yourself? Hit me with the history of why you brought Pony to this team's event.
Yeah, so Disaster Dan, my goat, actually decided that we can just play Queen of the Monsters and we can on-a-rata Pony. And I was like, you're kind of right, but I don't know if I want to play that. I'm also judging Chicago, so I was like, I'm not going to put enough time into that. And the more I looked at it, the more he put it out. Holy, the deck is crazy. So fun.
Yeah, the kickflips that I got to watch, it genuinely, it looked unerrated. It was really, really scary. Do you think that people just didn't put enough time into it in Chicago? Do you think it had a top matchup? Do you think it has a Reiner matchup? Are you planning on playing this tomorrow in the main event? Like there's so many questions I have now that the format has opened up. That Titan of Terror has gotten, a bit of a swatting. Do you think this deck is a good team's deck, or do you think you're going to take it all the way tomorrow?
I'm going to win tomorrow with Pony because this deck is broken. We've tested it a lot of times. It eats Rodan, it eats Reiner 3, it ate top, but we didn't take it Chicago for some reason. It eats like almost any deck. It's kind of like a feast or famine deck, actually. If you don't find it, you're going to get cooked. But if you find it, oh my goodness, you're going to win every game.
So, feast or famine, you think best deck in the room?
Half and half. It's either the best deck in the room or it's buns.
Well, I love it. I love it. I'm excited to see. I'm sure there will be more ponies on stream. Hopefully, running just as hot as you are. Off to the races, cooking that angry dinosaur. Before we get out of here, any shout outs you want to give before we send you to round 3?
Yeah, I want to shout out Liz. I forgot to shout her out at Worlds, but that's my bad. You get it here.
That's it. Love it, Liz. Shout outs to you. Thanks, George. Congratulations again on the win. And guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be back with round 3 just as soon as we can.
All right, so let's talk about our expectations for the weekend, and I guess just for the teams event. So I had the opportunity during round one, while you and Snuggy were commentating, to make a lap and look at all of the decks. And the three standouts for representation that I saw were Pony, that we just saw take the win round two, King Ghidorah from Godzilla Reign of Kaiju,
Sure.
and of course Reiner 3, who was probably the deck to beat following the most recent Bandit Erratas that you won the most recent event with, actually. So what are your thoughts on that? How do you think things have shaken up since the Erratas to Titan of Terror?
Yeah, it's interesting. Snuggy and I were kind of talking about this last round a little bit, where I think people might be using today to experiment a bit.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a lot of Pony, but Pony is also a deck that benefits from the team's format of saying, you get to go play into this deck. This deck might not threaten you immediately. You get to build out and form a really safe kill. Whereas I think Reiner might show up a bit more tomorrow. I still am of the opinion that Reiner is probably the deck to beat, just from my personal experience and like where I think things are at right now. But it's really cool to see this Pony stuff out, and as we saw, like, it is very potent. It could probably get through a lot more defense than Calvin was even able to put up at that point. I think both turns George had the ability to continue extending.
I think with the fall of Titan of Terror, the Earth package is probably best played in Pony now. And there are arguments to play Pony on air, but I think we've seen them mostly played on Earth. But Queen of the Monsters is definitely a very, very powerful card. We've seen it do a lot in the Mitchell Chimino deck as well. But for the other axis, we've seen the Mitchell deck use it for the momentum spending effect, because he will generate momentum immediately, and then you can build any foundation that you want, draw a card. It's a value play. And then anytime it hits, it goes to your momentum, you can recur it. It is just a value engine that takes that deck probably to, I think, a level it hasn't seen since vertical maneuvering equipment was banned. And then the other axis of Queen of the Monsters is obviously the aggro card pool clearing or card pool building aspect that Pony takes advantage of.
Yep. I mean, it's interesting because on one hand, you look at the Pony deck and there's a lot of like lethal slashes, 2 checks, you're playing Queen on a 6. But the thing about Pony is your card, like, the face-up cards you see just increases so quickly because of the Pony enhance, and you can kind of get a sense of how risky this check will be at a certain point. As we saw at the end of the string, all the lethal slashes were face-up, so at that point it's a lot safer to go, hey, you check a 3, that's a bummer, but it's not devastating in the same way. Earth is still kind of interesting to me, because when I first was hearing about Pony and someone mentioned Bug Bite to me, I was like, oh, air sounds fantastic. Bug Bite, Blitz, stack lethal slash, Pony, draw it, play the lethal slash is just like a very compact way of getting to more attacks from essentially nothing. But people are opting for this Earth package. And I mean, it makes sense. Things like Armorclad Faith are really good into Reiner, and you don't get that on the air symbol. But then again, the air symbol has things like Bachelor Arrives is a really good card. You still have Hunter's Ally. You still have Hunter's Ally Frog. So it'll be interesting to see if people kind of go the other way with Pony, because I think you still get access to a lot of the same tools. Queen is still there and things like that. Or if they stick for the Earth option and just kind of focus on keeping Reiner off his momentum. Or I don't know if there's another like important Earth tech piece that I'm forgetting about.
Not main symbol that I can't think of one on main symbol, because the only other card I think that Earth would get that Air wouldn't have access to would be Destructive Heat Ray, but I don't think that's a card that
I don't think they're on that,
including in
they're on
decks.
Battle Ore release, so
which
maybe
is also on Air. No, it's not.
No,
yes,
it's
no,
not.
it's not. No, it's on water. Sorry, I was thinking about
they
Ochako.
keep Electric Moth, but they lose Battle Ore release. And maybe that's the deal breaker. I mean, that when you give that 2 speed and 4 damage, and then 3 from Genghis Frog, and then maybe 1 from Final Wars or something.
6 high 12.
It's going to be enormous pretty quickly.
Yep.
That could be one of them. Also like Referee Jury in the sideboard.
Yes.
A piece that I think is probably pretty
I can't think of Air doesn't really have any like defensive actions like that. Not since Aries Smile is rotated. But the last character I want to ask your opinion about would be Ghidorah. Ghidorah, I saw quite a few of them out there, and I don't know what symbols they're playing. I think there are 2 really distinctly different builds of Ghidorah. There's Death, which is kind of focused on the combined firepower aspect in that he's one of now 2 characters that's allowed to use the response of that card, or all is a much more defensive version, I guess I would say. It just plays on a totally different axis.
So when I think of the all symbol in Ghidorah, I'm not sure if there's a card that immediately jumps out
Well,
as
it's like
like
universe.
Oh,
You gain 4
yeah.
life
Yeah.
because you have counters.
yeah. never mind. That is huge. Yeah.
I think that's the one. I think
Okay.
that's the defining, like that would be to me why you would play the all symbol of
Yeah.
Ghidorah, because
I don't know if it's worth losing the combined firepower engine, because I think it's pretty easy, especially because combined firepower has been shadow banned for the last year, in the sense that like if you did not play Ghidorah 1,
Yeah.
you didn't have access to it, to forget how crazy that card can be when you've blocked 3 times and your opponent just kind of goes, all right, here we go, +4,
it's
+5.
very much it's like a power token kind of, where once your opponent kind of goes shields down, you can just throw as many as you want on something, and then it can add up a lot of damage. You can go the casino route with death, where you can play more of the mill triggers, like I'm with you. I think
Yeah,
is the
I'm with
biggest
you
one.
and avoiding conflict and stuff.
Yeah.
Ghidorah is interesting, where I think part of the reason why we might be seeing it today is the Todd ban did not remove Guardian Angel of Chinatown from the format, but it drastically reduced the number of characters that can play it. I can't even immediately name a water character, like Biollante maybe, that might have access to it.
Kurama.
Kurama. Yeah. Like there are a couple like on the fringe, but there's nothing that's going to be massively represented. Whereas if you brought King Ghidorah to Chicago, the number of times that you tried to save yourself by reducing damage to 3 and got canceled with Chinatown were probably...
But 40% of the room had that
Yeah,
card in their deck
for sure.
at probably 4 copies.
And I think that was probably something gatekeeping that deck quite a bit.
All right. I think we are coming back very soon with round 3. So we will go on a short break. We'll be back with the next round of teams.
See it?
And welcome back, UniVersus players. Snuggie back here again with Ryan.
Yes.
And we're heading into round 3 for teams. We are bringing you King Ghidorah, three-headed monster versus Kai Kisuke. What can you tell us about it, Ryan?
So I have actually been playing Kai quite a bit since it was released. I was pretty vocal about Kai being my favorite character from the Guilty Gear set. It did lose some tools in rotation, but I believe the Godzilla Reign of Kaiju set added a ton of charge and a ton of range attacks on both of his symbols. So I'm looking forward to see what cards we see going in here. It is on order, which the most notable new charge or range for order, I think, is a Fusion Chest Cannon, which has a, like, if you can connect with Fusion Chest Cannon in Kai, you have done it. That card on hit forces your rival to commit foundations, and it freezes foundations, and then Kai triggers, and then Kai commits or freezes foundations. It just does so much. I'm interested to see what else we have from Kai going into here. Order has a lot of other tech pieces right now that are especially good against Reiner. I'm curious to see how they line up against Ghidorah, but Ghidorah on death, and that told me a lot of information about that deck. Fighting for Control has been really popular recently.
Yes.
It got a super big uptick with the release of Reign of Kaiju, because that card is much better when your opponent's attacks are mostly 5 diffs.
Exactly. And it's interesting.
Fighting for control from
I was
both.
gonna say,
they are fighting for control here.
I was going to say it's going to be interesting to see if both players are playing
And
it.
they are.
Yeah, they are. The death symbol, a lot of different cards that they can play, and Kai coming out with.
Oh, okay. I want to talk about both of these. So,
Yeah, I was gonna
artificial power just at the table, and then checked my fighting style. These are two of the tech pieces that I think Order has that are super, super strong right now against Reiner and against Queen of the Monsters. So artificial power reads enhance flip. Is your rival sacrifices a power token, and your attack gets +2 damage. So you can prevent Reiner from flipping by removing their power tokens. And then my fighting style is a response when your rival builds a foundation during the combat phase, you commit and freeze it. And it's a tenacious response. So even if